Hi, I'm Luke, and welcome to my channel. Before I go over my first story, I want to quickly go over a power system that exists above my other universe power systems. To explain it, it's like you know how every anime has its own power system, right? Whether it's ki, chakra, hockey, spirit energy, magic, whatever it is, there's a power system. And each universe, each story each story universe has its own power system. But I have one power system I refer to as my supreme power system that exists above all the other stories, which is a multiversal power system. It is called angelic power. And to pretty much explain what that is, it's basically when a human or any being that is pure of heart gains spiritual power indirectly from God, from angels. And while any pure of heart character can have the potential to have this power, only very few have unlocked it. Examples I can think of would be Elatros, Silver, Valor, Xanax, and a few more. And but the thing about this power system is that it is not permanent. It only happens during well during what's a way to say it? Basically, during emergency moments. Like, I don't know how else to explain that. That's basically what it is. It's an overpowered kind of ability that activates when whenever the character truly needs it. But and another thing that does not make this power system permanent is that if by any reason this character becomes unworthy of the power is taken away. But the character can regain the power if they've proven themselves worthy again. It's kind of like Thor's hammer in a way, but much, much more powerful. And the same thing, and this whole power system happened after the creation story in the Bible, right? The seven the 7 days of creation, the book of Genesis, literally the entire Bible. If you use logic from that, pretty much all of anyone who was a follower of Jesus, prophets, literally any of the good characters throughout the Bible could have had this angelic potential. But angelic power is not the only part of this power system. It has a darker half, right? Rules and limitations. Yep, angelic power is granted, not owned. Can be stripped away. Yep, okay. Okay, before I move on to the darker half, let me just read off what this is. What angelic power allows. When activated, it can enable feats beyond normal heroic limits, consequence free dimensional or interdimensional travel, resistance to corruption, erasure, or absolute evil forces, temporary authority over supernatural or cosmic threats. But this power does not replace personal skill, willpower, or responsibility. Makes sense, right? To be honest, I came up with this power system only a few days ago because I figured, well, the God and angels are like the highest authority in the universe, so it makes sense that all other power systems would originate from this and angelic power, but the angelic power is the raw original power version of these other power systems. That's why these other power systems are much weaker. Whereas the angelic power system is, well, basically makes you a god level character in anime terms, of course, because it would make no sense if you just rivaled God himself. That would make no sense whatsoever. Anyway, the darker half would be demonic power, which happened when, after Lucifer's fall, he wanted to get back at God by corrupting the world, by granting those with dark souls with demonic power, making them rival the angelic power. And in my perspective, it's kind of like 50-50 almost. Say souls of pure evil. Yeah, souls of demonic power. Souls of pure evil receive power from demons, demonics. Demonic power is also conditional. It can be stripped away, replaced by angelic power. If true redemption occurs, this establishes a moral symmetry rather than a power hierarchy. Core theme: angelic power is a reflection of who the character is, not how strong they want to be. It reinforces worthiness over ambition, restraint over dominance, and choice over destiny. So yeah, that's pretty much my entire power system explained. I didn't know how else to explain it really, but before you go, here is a quick image to represent what my power system looks like. See, you have the guy in the center, right? That is the person being granted the angelic power. You see the angel, you see the demon, all the description. Yeah, I think that's a really good explanation of what my power system is like. So anyway, yeah, that is my supreme power system, the angelic and demonic power. That is a multiversal level power system that made all the other power systems possible. Well, most of them came from angelic power, really. Well, besides that, there's nothing else I can really explain about this power system. So, thank you for watching, and please comment and vote in the poll of which one of my 4 stories you want me to talk about, and I'll get back, and I will have that video opened sometime by Monday or Tuesday. Okay? Thanks. Bye.